everyone, it's me, Dr. Sophia Chen. If you've ever poured your life into creating something revolutionary, inventions, patents, prototypes born from sleepless nights in a garage lab, only to have your business partner steal them, file patents in his own name, sell the rights to a massive corporation, and then parade around as the genius inventor, while you were left with nothing but debt and erased credit, then this story is going to make your blood boil and then cheer like crazy. This is my revenge recall, how my longtime business partner and ex-fiancé, Ryan, secretly filed patents for my inventions under his name, sold them to a tech giant for millions, and claimed full credit while I was struggling to pay rent. How I vanished with my daughter, rebuilt from zero in a hidden lab, turned my pain into a rival tech empire, and came back to expose him live at the biggest invention expo of the year, with every hidden contract, every timestamp, every lie projected for the world to see. I was 34 when he stole my future. Let's go back to the day I realized my partner was my biggest enemy. I started inventing when I was 26, a single mom with a PhD in biomedical engineering, working nights in a rented garage. My first breakthrough, a portable, AI-powered diagnostic device for early cancer detection, non-invasive, affordable, life-saving. Ryan, my then-fiancé and business partner, handled the business side: investors, patents, marketing. I trusted him completely. We were building a startup together. "We're a team," he said. "Your brain, my hustle." By 32, we had 3 prototypes, 2 filed patents in my name, and interest from Big Pharma. I was ready to go public. Ryan said, "Let's scale quietly. I'll handle the legal stuff." I agreed. Then the signs appeared. He started working late, stopped sharing emails, pushed me to focus only on R and D while he managed the rest. One night, I found contracts on his laptop, patent assignments transferring my inventions to him personally, sale agreements to a major tech corp for $22 million. My name erased, his signature everywhere. I confronted him in our shared office, prototypes on the table. "Ryan, you filed my patents in your name? You sold them without me." He didn't even blink. "It's our company, Sophia. You're too focused on the science to see the business." They offered $22 million. "We're set for life. You can start another little project." I felt the floor drop. But they're my inventions, my prototypes, my data. "You forged my signature on the transfer." He shrugged. "You were too busy with your daughter. I did what was best for us." The sale closed 2 weeks later. The money went into his new account. He told everyone he invented and sold the tech. Media called him the visionary engineer. I was erased. No credit, no money, no say. The family backed him. "Ryan's the businessman. You're too emotional, Sophia." My own mother said, "Maybe it's for the best. You can move on." I broke. I packed one bag for me, one for my daughter Lily, who was 7 at the time. Drove through the night to a different state. Changed our names. Disappeared. The first 3 years after Ryan sold my inventions were the darkest, most isolating time of my life. Lily was only 7 when we left, a bright, curious girl with my love for tinkering, who never knew the garage lab where I used to work late nights while she slept. Every night she asked the same heartbreaking question: "Mom, why did Uncle Ryan take our machines? Can we build them again?" I didn't have answers that didn't hurt. I told her half-truths. "We're on a new adventure now, baby. Just you and me." But inside, I was screaming. I moved us to a small, forgotten town 4 hours away, far enough to disappear, close enough that the scent of pine and earth still reminded me of the lab. I rented the cheapest 2-bedroom apartment I could find, a drafty place above a laundromat, with peeling wallpaper, a single window that looked out on a parking lot, and a mattress on the floor because I couldn't afford a bed frame. I worked 3 jobs at first. Mornings, data entry for a remote call center, typing numbers into spreadsheets until my eyes burned. Afternoons, stocking shelves at a discount grocery store, lifting boxes heavier than Lily. Evenings, waitressing at a greasy diner, smiling through shifts while my feet bled in cheap shoes. I came home at midnight, smelling like fryer oil and bleach, collapsed on the floor beside Lily's bed, so she wouldn't wake up alone. We ate instant noodles, canned soup, whatever was on sale. I skipped meals so she could have seconds. I cried in the shower so she wouldn't hear. Depression wrapped around me like chains, thick, heavy, unbreakable. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. I stared at the ceiling, wondering if this was all my life would ever be. But Lily kept me breathing. She started drawing pictures, machines, circuits, me and her in a lab, and selling them to neighbors for $1. "Mom, we can build a new machine again," she'd say, eyes bright with hope. It broke my heart and mended it at the same time. She reminded me of my inventions. She reminded me of the promise I made to myself. Keep creating. I started fighting in secret. I contacted a lawyer who specialized in intellectual property theft, a fierce woman named Rachel who took my case on contingency because she believed in the story. We gathered evidence. Old emails, time-stamped prototypes, lab notes, witness statements from the one assistant I'd trusted before Ryan fired her. We found the hidden contracts, buried in fine print, signed by Ryan alone, transferring my inventions to a shell company he controlled. Sale records to the tech giant. My name erased. His signature everywhere. The legal battle began. We filed for patent infringement and fraud. Ryan's lawyers fought back hard. He co-invented. It's his IP. I had timestamps. I had prototypes. I had witnesses. It took 18 months of depositions, motions, discovery, and sleepless nights. I lost weight, lost hair, lost hope some days. But the evidence mounted. The judge ruled in my favor: patent fraud, damages, injunction on further sales. Ryan had to pay royalties retroactively. He appealed. Lost. The money started coming, slowly, painfully. I didn't spend a cent on luxury. I invested every dollar wisely: seeds, soil, a small community garden plot. I started selling my own preserves at the local farmer's market, using grandma's recipes, but with my twist: organic, sustainable, labeled reclaimed roots. Year 3. The blog Reclaimed Roots exploded. People loved the stories behind the food, healing through cooking, reclaiming family heritage after loss. Revenue trickled in: $50,000, then $200,000, then $1 million. I rented 5 acres outside town. Not a farm yet, but a start. Hired my first employee, a single mom who'd lost her family recipes too. We grew together. I never stopped watching Ryan. His empire grew: TV show, restaurant chain, merchandise. He was on every cooking channel, smiling, saying, "These are my family recipes." But I knew the truth. The money was running out. Lawsuits were piling up. Debt collectors were circling. I gathered more evidence. Original pages, timestamps, witness statements. I had it all. By year 4, Reclaimed Roots was valued at $15 million. I had the capital. I had the proof. I had the plan. Ryan announced his biggest event yet, a live cooking show special, Grandma's Kitchen 10th Anniversary, broadcast nationwide. Tickets sold out. He was going to cook his signature dishes. I bought the studio, anonymously, through a shell company. The day of the show, I walked in with my lawyer and a folder. The stage was set. Ryan in his chef whites, smiling for the cameras, about to start. "Welcome to my kitchen, where family recipes come alive." I stepped onto the stage uninvited. The crowd murmured. Ryan turned. His smile froze. "Elena." I smiled back. "Actually, it's the real owner of those recipes. And today, I'm here to set the record straight." I connected my laptop to the screen, projected the evidence: original book pages, timestamps, witness statements, court rulings, everything. The studio went dead silent. Then gasps. Phones up. Live chat exploding. I spoke calmly. 10 years ago, my sister stole my grandmother's recipe book, the one Grandma left to me. She published it as her own. She built an empire on my memories. But she couldn't erase the truth. I turned to the audience. I rebuilt. I launched Reclaimed Roots, the real recipes, the real stories. And today, I own the studio through legal acquisition. Ryan's show is canceled. Permanently. The crowd erupted. Cheers. Tears. Phones recording. Ryan stood frozen. Security moved in, but this time, they were my security. The comeback wasn't a dish. It was truth, undeniable, public, absolute. And it tasted like the sweetest justice I'd ever served. The 50th birthday gala was a spectacle of pure excess. Golden chandeliers dripping from the ceiling, ice sculptures shaped like champagne flutes, a 12-piece orchestra playing softly, and a room full of 250 guests in designer gowns and tuxedos, all there to celebrate Victor's perfect life. The venue was the same luxury estate where our 15th anniversary had been held years ago, the place where he'd thrown away Grandma's album like garbage. Live cameras streamed the event for friends and family who couldn't make it. Sophia stayed backstage with my assistant, coloring pictures, excited for the shiny party but protected from the storm. I wore a simple cream gown from my own line. Elegant, understated, powerful. Cameras loved it. Guests asked about my inspiring journey. I kept answers gracious, smiling. The dinner progressed. Toasts. Laughter. Victor took the stage in his designer suit, voice warm. Thank you all for celebrating 50 beautiful years. To family, to love, to the life I've built. Applause thundered. He gestured toward me. Even my ex-wife Elena is here tonight. After all these years. It's never too late to come home. The crowd awed. I felt the old wound reopen. My turn. I asked for the mic. The room quieted. Curious, polite. I have a toast too, I said, voice steady. I stepped forward. Sophia handed me the folder from backstage. On our 15th anniversary, Victor called Grandma's leather album filthy junk and threw it away in front of everyone. He said it was trash. He laughed while the cameras rolled. That album contained $13 million in forgotten investments Grandma made over decades, stocks, bonds, dividends that grew silently. He knew. He lied. He tried to erase it. I opened the folder. Projected the evidence on the massive screen behind him. Old stock certificates, bank records, Grandma's handwritten notes, photos of the album, court rulings, financial recovery reports, everything. The room went dead silent. Then gasps. Phones up. Live chat exploding. $13 million? He threw it away. This is insane. I trusted him. He was my husband. But he used Grandma's legacy for his own image, while I lost my inheritance, my memories, my future. I left with Sophia. I rebuilt. And today, I'm here to reclaim what's mine. I turned to Victor. The album was mine. The money was mine. I've sued and won. The assets are restored. And you owe me damages for destruction of property and emotional distress. The room erupted. Shouts. Tears. Relatives turning to Victor. The stream chat went wild. This is insane. He threw away $13 million? Poor Elena. Victor's face collapsed. He tried to speak, voice cracking. Elena, you're exaggerating. It was just old papers. No, I cut in. It was Grandma's life savings. And now the truth is public. The court papers are filed. The money is coming back to me. And you'll pay for what you threw away. Security moved in, not for me, but for him. The family stared in shock. My in-laws, cousins, aunts, uncles, all of them realizing the lies they believed. The comeback wasn't an album. It was truth, undeniable, public, absolute. And it felt like finally coming home. The months after the gala exposure felt like the final course in a meal I'd been cooking for years. Rich, satisfying, perfectly seasoned with justice. The clip of my appearance on Victor's 50th birthday gala went supernova. Billions of views combined, dissected on every finance and family drama podcast, morning shows calling it the trash-to-treasure inheritance heist that backfired, viral TikToks of Victor's face freezing mid-toast. Hashtag Elena claims trended worldwide for weeks. My brand, Forever Memories, valuation soared past $80 million in months. Messages came in by the millions. Daughters who'd had heirlooms dismissed finally lawyering up. Women who'd rebuilt after family erasure saying, "You made me check the attic before it's too late." Young brides sharing how they now keep their own vaults safe. Some stories hit hardest. A woman sent photos of her reclaimed family jewelry box. "Because of you, I stopped letting my mother-in-law call it junk." Another shared her daughter's first wedding invitation designed with her grandmother's old lace. Generational beauty, but honest this time. I read them during quiet evenings, Sophia asleep, tears blurring the sketches as I realized how many memories I'd helped preserve. Victor's perfect world collapsed faster than a house of cards in a storm. Sponsors fled. His social media empire, once untouchable, became a cautionary tale in etiquette classes. The 50th birthday downfall. He tried a comeback video, tearful apologies, that got ratioed into oblivion. The family turned on him, no more perfect husband. He ended up in a small apartment, low profile, debt collectors circling. Sophia and I moved into a light-filled house I bought cash. Nothing extravagant, but ours. Every room had a piece of Grandma's memory, framed notes, old photos, a small leather album I made myself. Sophia started designing her own little cards, proud of a mom who turned trash into treasure. Victor showed up at my studio 6 months later, no appointment, looking hollow in a plain coat. "Elena, you took everything. My party. My reputation. Sophia thinks I'm a monster." Was this worth destroying the family? Sophia was in the back room, cutting paper hearts for her first collection. For a second, the old guilt tugged. The husband who once promised forever. Then I remembered the anniversary laughter, the album in the trash. Every night I rebuilt alone while he spent Grandma's legacy. "No, Victor," I said, voice steady as a perfect fold. "You destroyed everything the day you called Grandma's life savings filthy junk and threw it away." "I didn't destroy your life. I reclaimed ours from your carelessness." He had nothing left. I had the assistant escort him out. Years have passed now. Forever Memories is a $150 million empire, custom photo albums, memory books, meaningful keepsakes in every language, mentorship programs for women reclaiming family heirlooms. Sophia's a young teen, launching her own junior line, proud of a mom who turned betrayal into beauty. We live fully, bright studio home, shelves of paper and lace in every color, designs that tell real stories. My grandmother passed peacefully, knowing the truth. Victor lives alone, low profile. He sees Sophia occasionally, neutral cafes, polite. People still ask in interviews or comments, "Do you regret the exposure? Was it revenge?" I always give the full invitation. It wasn't revenge. It was reclamation. Reclamation of my grandmother's legacy, my worth, my future from someone who thought family meant throwing away the past. The moment I stopped letting him dismiss my heritage, I gave every wife, every keeper of memories, every person robbed of heirlooms permission to open their own album, fully, boldly, beautifully. If you're watching this and your family treasures, your memories, your legacy have been called junk or thrown away, hear me. You can escape quietly. You can start small, one page, one lawyer, one boundary. You can rebuild until your story is undeniable, your name is on the design. And when you do, you'll realize the only trash was ever letting them throw away what you treasured. That's my recall. Not discarded. Just reclaimed, redesigned, and finally mine. Thank you for listening. If this hit home, share your favorite reclaimed memory below. Someone needs to know they can frame it back too. See you in the next one.